Binance coin tonight, and the opening frame is every week this pair has traded, drawn from zero with its violent weeks standing on it. The peak of that whole life is 1,375, and price tonight is 56% under it. That is a sentence the hourly chart is simply unable to say on its own. The lit bars need a definition. A week counts when its range beats 40% of its own low, and 39 of the 457 closed weeks do. Tighten that to 40% of the open, and 10 of them drop out. The very first week is real, not a data fault. Its low is a third of its own open. But 18 of the 39 sit in the first 2 years, and only 1 in the last 2. Down 1 frame to the year, 364 closed sessions. A solid body means that session closed under tonight's price, and only 84 of them did, which is 23%, the bottom quarter of the year. Both ends of that year are wicks. The top session printed 1,375 and closed $80 under that. The floor session printed 537 and closed 13 above it. Price sits 8.7% up the range. The 41 lit sessions at the right edge are the hourly window, and all of it spans under 9% of the height you have just been looking at. Watch that block open into the chart. 999 closed hours, and the ceiling on them is new. 621 printed overnight, and the third new high in 3 consecutive hours of climbing. 17 hours have closed since that print, and none of them came within $1 of it. The highest close this whole file has ever carried belongs to the record hour itself, 619, and nothing has closed above that since. Against the other 998 closed hours, tonight's close beats 975 of them, which is 97.7%, and every single exception, all 23, was printed inside the last 31 hours. So here is the unit this red runs on. Across those 999 hours, the median range is $2.18. That is what a typical hour covers here. Over the last 25 hours, the median is $2.74 instead, so this market has widened by about a quarter rather than tightened. Both rulers stay on screen. Now every level gets divided by that. 612, the line the last read cleared, is 7/10 of 1 typical hour overhead. 615 sits 2.1 hours above, and 605.5 2.3 below, the same distance. The new ceiling is 4.6 typical hours away, more than twice either of those, and 594 sits 7.4 hours below. The two moving averages box the price inside 2.25 typical hours. Then the scale breaks. The window floor is 28 typical hours down, the yearly floor 34, and no longer inside this file at all, and the record 350. Since the previous read, 25 hours have closed. 16 finished above 612, and then the last 5 finished under it, which is exactly where price is standing as this goes out. On close candles, the day reads up 0.07%, not down 0.2 as the raw file has it, and strength reads 47. High on the hour, low on the year. Read it, do not trade it. Subscribe for tomorrow's audit of today's call, leave a like if the discipline showed, and send this to a friend who watches these levels.